live with Miss Mya Hayes. Welcome to
Hi.
Open Live. So,
Hi.
Miss Mya, um,
Yeah.
how are you feeling today?
I'm pretty good. Kind of nervous a little bit, but
Oh,
I am great.
all right. So use all that energy that you know how to use your nervous energy, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna have a good time today, Mya. Miss Mya Hayes, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay, so my friends would describe me as fun and like very entertaining. And I would say I'm a little shy also,
Mhm.
but I'm really hardworking and focused. And dance is something that I really love doing. So, yeah.
Yes, you are definitely good at it, Mya. So just
Thank
so
you.
you know, your mom and I have been friends for many, many, many years. I won't say how long, but at the same time, I have been a fan of yours since you were a little girl. Yes,
Me?
but I probably fan.
Thank you.
You are welcome. It is an honor to have you on Open Vibes. I'm glad that you decided that you wanted to do this. This is great.
Thank
When did you realize you were a creative dancer?
I would say only like a couple years ago, probably when I was 12. I feel like I matured in dancing more and that like my training got better and I became a better dancer and it was way more easier at that age. So I feel, yeah, it's at the age of 12, it was something that I felt really good at. And
Nice.
yeah.
So, Maya, tell us a little bit about your training. Tell us where you train at, how many hours you train. Tell us about that.
So I attend Loretta Dummer School of Dance and I would say I dance about 15 hours a week, Monday through Thursday, and then competitions are Saturdays and Sundays. And I train in ballet, jazz, tap, contemporary, and
Mhm.
also like a technique class and hip hop on some days. And we do we do Chiquetti, which is like a form of ballet where you got to take a test to pass the grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering exactly what that was, so I was doing a little bit of research. How long have you been doing that?
The studio I came to, I attend now, that was my first time ever doing Shiketi, and I'm in grade 4 currently.
Okay.
And so I've been doing it for 3 years, I believe. Yes, 3 years.
Okay. So, how many grade levels is there to it?
I believe it goes up to grade 6.
Oh, nice.
That's, yeah.
So, you're kind of advanced in it.
Yeah, I would say. I didn't get to take my test this year due to the
So,
COVID-19, though, so I hope I don't have to repeat it.
I don't think so. I think you'll improve and go on to the next level. So, how has COVID or quarantine, and how has that been for you and your family?
I believe, okay, it hasn't been that bad. It's been bad on the dancing part. We didn't
Mhm.
get to finish our year out. So we had like 3 competitions that we didn't get to do. The recital is getting pushed to this weekend. Yeah, it's getting done this weekend. And there's a lot of classes we missed. There was training at home,
Mhm.
Zoom classes for dance. But overall, as my family, it's been well. No one in my family has gotten sick from it, so
Oh, that's nice.
very
Thank
healthy and
you. Good. That's a blessing that you guys have been covered. So, yes. So, how are the Zoom trainings going? How is that? Is it any different? Do you just need your space?
For me, the Zoom classes were harder because like you don't really, it's like a limited space. And
Mhm.
for some classes like hip hop, it's like that the main point of it is the energy in the room. So it's
Mhm.
like when you're just dancing by yourself, it's like kind of boring because it's like no one's cheering you on or anything. But it's also kind of good to be in the room by yourself. You focus more.
Okay.
So
I think the energy for a lot of people has kind of been that way because I'm one of those people, I feed off of other people's energy. So I get energized from other
yeah,
people. So yeah, that's kind of difficult.
it
But I
is.
know You probably just plowed through that. Maya, what is your dream with dancing?
Well, when I was younger, I really wanted to go to Juilliard, but I realized that I think I want to stop like after college and maybe teach little kids like when I get out of college for something to do. But I really want to be a pediatrician when I get older, so I think dance is going to be something that I minor in, but continue to do it.
Nice. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
So kids are your passion.
But can you repeat that, please?
Kids are your passion, children.
Yeah, I love
Making
kids.
sure. Oh, nice.
I,
So, have you ever felt like you were being held back as a dancer? Because I look at your pictures and you are just phenomenal. The way you move, the way your body moves, the way you use it. You know, have you ever felt like you were being like held back as a dancer?
yes, I have, especially when I was younger. It's like you get kind of tired of doing the same things over and over again. It's like you can't
Mhm.
move out of your comfort zone. So when I was younger, I felt held back a lot. And sometimes now, when I'm getting choreographed in dances, I get put in dances that are like below my age level.
Okay.
So it's like it limits my ability to express myself sometimes.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's mostly it.
Okay. Let's talk about expressing yourself with dance. What is your relationship, meaning your level of intimacy with dance, and how do you feel when you're dancing? What are your thoughts?
Okay. I love dancing, and it's like depending on the style it is, especially
Okay.
for like the slower dancing styles like contemporary and lyrical, I feel like connected like mentally and emotionally. So it's like I can feel like the music and it like I can connect to it easily. And then
Mhm.
for like the faster ones, it's more energetic and it makes me happy because like you get to like be more like have fun with it. So yeah,
So it's a sense of freedom. It's
yes.
liberating. Oh, nice, nice. Do you believe that dance is a spiritual thing?
I feel like it can help you connect like with God and spiritual. And when you're in the audience, like watching a dancer, you can connect with their emotion they're giving. So yeah, I believe so.
I do. I definitely believe it. Like it brings people into a different space, especially when you see somebody who flows so fluidly in it.
Yes.
So
It is.
let me ask you, let's go back to, you said sometimes you feel like, or you get put in the lower grade or like with the lower, is that to, tell me why you think that is?
Well, usually it's to help either the age level be a little higher or for it to be a little more of an advanced dance, but it's like still age appropriate for
Mhm.
like, let's say 12 to 13, but it's still like it would be in the 14 age category, but it would be in like a conserved way of
The whole,
dancing.
the group up to a certain level of dancing. Okay, well, fair enough. Um, so do you believe dancing is an act of servitude, serving?
What do you mean by, can you like further explain?
Um, People, you're giving them something, you're helping them with your art form.
Yes, I do because I as a dancer, your job is to like express your emotion and like give the audience a feeling like when you're telling a story, they should be able to understand it. So I feel like it's a way to connect to the audience
Hmm.
so that they understand what you're trying to pursue.
Okay, nice. So let's talk a little bit about Maya the student. How are you as a student, and what are your, what do you do kind of around school to, be a part of the school and the core leadership?
Okay. So this year was my first year in high school. So I was trying to get involved in the school. So
Mhm.
I joined the STUCO, which is our student council for the high school.
Nice.
And it's like you have to stay in it, you have to keep your grades up, you have to be above everyone in the class, and you just have to stay focused. And my grades are really good because that's something I'm really focused on. Keep my grades up so I can get into good schools, stay focused, and that's important to me. So
Excellent. So you can be that pediatrician.
yeah.
I love it. I absolutely love
Thank
it.
you.
I'm really proud of you. So let's talk about some of the competitions and some of the awards you've won. So share with us a little bit about that.
Okay, so the scholarships are like depending on shows like your expression in the dance convention. So let's say for Nouveau Dance competition, you go Saturdays and Sundays of classes from like 8 a.m. to 2 to 3. And you have to show all you can through the classes, try to get called out or show like how much you love dance in those classes. And those scholarships will be awarded to you based on your expression in class.
Hmm.
So yeah, so then you have an audition on
Hmm.
day either Saturday and Sunday, and you have to go all out, try your best, because that's where you're gonna be judged the most at. So the
Hmm.
scholarships will be awarded basically around that time.
Nice. And you won numerous scholarships, correct?
Yes, I have.
Excellent. So
Thank you.
I mean, I just think it's amazing because I know, I've watched your mom and she pours a lot into your career as a dancer, and how do you feel about that?
Sometimes I feel bad because like that's a lot of money going towards me compared to like the rest of the family, but I appreciate it a lot because it's something I enjoy doing, and some people don't have the opportunity that I have. So I try to make the best of it as I can so that she can feel like her money is going somewhere good.
Well,
Yeah.
I think you do a phenomenal job with it. Is there anything you want to say to your parents and your family, as far as their love and support that they give you?
I really appreciate them the most because they're always there, no matter if it's just dance or school or anything else. They try
Mhm.
to provide me with everything that they can, and I appreciate that a lot. And thank you.
Welcome. So let's talk a little bit about the routines themselves. So when you guys are preparing for a dance routine, how do you guys come up with your themes and your ideas and your costumes? Talk about that.
Okay, so usually in the summer around August time, we would have teachers come in from LA, New York, different places, and they
Mhm.
would choreograph our dances. So they pick the song, and they usually pick the people in the group dances, and they pick everything about it. So if there's a production, it's like from 17 to 20 people in the dance, and
Mhm.
you have to work. We have days where we go from like 3 to 9 and then come back for another 2 hours to complete the dance.
Mhm.
And that's like something we do like for the whole August period, working on dances, choreographing them. And then for the rest of the year until January and like competition season, we practice them, make them perfect. And we don't get to pick out our costumes. The teachers pick out the costumes. And sometimes sometimes we hate them, but we have no choice but to wear them because they're already picked out. So we just have to go with it. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Well, has there ever been a time where you like, oh, I just don't love this, and then when you look back, you're like, oh, this is amazing. Like this was just awesome. It turned out great.
sometimes when I like my solos, like I feel like when I perform them, they're really bad. Like after I come off stage, I'm like, oh, that was really bad. Wish I could do it again. But then like when I go watch the video or watch a live stream someone recorded, I was like, oh, that wasn't too bad. I feel
Mhm.
like I did it okay, and I hope for the best at the end of it. So
So usually, how long are your performances?
each dance is usually like, is that what you mean? Like the time of the dances? Oh, they're like 3 minutes long, hopefully at most. probably 3 minutes, and productions are usually 4 to 6 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. And so what are some of your favorite dance moves?
Ooh, I love jumps and leaps because they show off my legs, and that's something like I'm really good at. It, yeah, that's my favorite. I kind of like turns. Turns aren't my favorite because not very good at those ones.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
I'm gonna post some of your pictures after this so that people can really see you. I think your leaps are phenomenal. The way that you just dominate the air. It's like
thank
that,
you.
it's really, really beautiful and elegant. So I think people do really need to see more of what you do because, yeah, you're great at it. You are great.
Thank you so much.
Um, hold on, I need to really give me one sec. Okay, sorry about that. Um, so this year coming up, this is your sophomore year, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so when do you guys start school?
We start school on the 31st, supposedly.
Okay, so how do you think this is going to be for you this year coming up? What are you guys looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to hopefully going back to school when it's safe because our first, I think, semester is online and working from home is not very easily for me because I like to cooperate with others and work visually and interactively. So, like online, it's kind of hard because you can't get an in person interaction with the teacher. So,
Mhm.
I'm really hoping to go back to school soon because I can't. It's really hard for me to work online.
Yeah. So you're one of them people that's like energetic and upbeat. Like I really need to be able to be in a group setting.
Yes, I need to. It helps me a lot more.
Wow. I think so you have a competition this weekend, correct? You said you had okay, so what is that?
Recital.
I'm sorry?
It's recital.
Oh, recital. So what's the difference between so the recitals are just explain that and then explain the difference in the competitions.
Okay, so recitals are for just for our team, and we showcase all our dances to like families and friends and anyone who comes. And competitions are teams from like all over Michigan or all over the country that they compete their dances and get judge feedback based on their performances. But recital is just like a showcase for the team.
Okay, excellent. So let's talk a little bit about Maya the friend. So you look like do you have a lot of friends?
I mean, I'm not really, but there's a couple people that I'm really close to. But
Okay.
I'm the type of person that's nice to like everyone, but we're not really like on a talking everyday level, but I'm very cordial with others. So my friends, they love me if I'm being honest,
Oh,
because I think they really like how I act around them. I'm not like a mean person, but I'll give them honesty based on like how I feel about them. But yeah, they love me.
oh, well, that's good. So as a friend, it's important, because I want to talk to you a little bit about leadership because I think, you being a young woman, you being into something that's positive, and you tapped into a gift very early. What are your views and thoughts about leadership?
Leadership, it's a hard one. I feel like you always need someone that's gonna lead you, lead you the right way. That can be the person that is gonna make you do the right decisions and make you into a great person. And I think that is really important to have in your life because if without a leader or someone that's gonna lead you in the right way, you can really go down a dark, bad path. but you
Mhm.
always need someone that's gonna make your life easier and help you out. So I think leaders are very important in people's lives.
Mhm. Have you identified yourself as a leader just yet?
I think I lead better for younger ages. Like, I help out with my friends a lot. I'm kind of like more of the school related one, like on academics level. So I help like them a lot and things. But I feel like I'm more of a leader to younger people because they depend on me because I am the oldest. So yeah, I would say I'm a leader to more of like the couple years younger age, but I cooperate with people my age too.
I definitely see you as a leader. Um,
Thank you.
I see it and I want you to know that girls younger than you are definitely watching. They want to see who you are, who you're going to become, and observing your character and how you carry yourself and how you present yourself. So I definitely identify you as a leader. Like I said, I've been watching you
Thank you
and I see the growth and the maturity, and I'm really, really proud of you for that. You
so
are,
much.
yes. So you have siblings, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so just tell us a little bit about them.
Well, I'm the youngest of three. I have an older brother who is 20 and his name's Cameron. And then my sister, she's going to college this year. Her name's Kendall.
Hmm.
And it's crazy. I as I was younger, I would get like, the younger sibling gets the boot or whatever. You always get talked about and you get laughed at. But I've like over the ages and now like me and my siblings get along a lot more, probably because I've grown up more. So it's like they can't really call me a youngin really because I'm almost their age. So it's like our relationship got a lot better and
I
it's more.
Nice. So, your brother was an athlete. Your sister, she's pretty much a scholar, correct? She's just
Everything.
she's all over it. So, I just think that's beautiful. Three of you guys, and you don't give your mom any trouble, and you just blossoming. It's
Thank you.
beautiful. It's
Thank you so
beautiful.
much.
So, is there anything that you want to share, or anything specific you want to talk about?
I don't really know. I would
Mhm.
like to say for anyone watching, you can do whatever you try. If you work really hard, you will get where you need to. You will get where you want. You just have to work for it and continue to strive to be the good person you need to be. So yeah,
Yeah. I
that's all.
definitely it shows up in your craft. When you're striving, it shows up in your craft and you deliver on it.
Thank
Um,
you.
I think the heart of a leader and the heart of a, influencer, somebody who has those skills, it shows up in everything that they do. So it's showing up all over you. I
Thank you.
Yes, I look so forward to the levels of growth from you. And I know I'm probably putting a lot on you, but those are qualities of a leader. You strive for the next level and the next level and the next level.
Thank
So
you so
today,
much.
how many costumes do you think you have like for dance?
Oh, that's hard. I I I would say probably at least over 40 because I'm in like 11 dances a year. So
Wow.
it's like I was in 11 dances this year. It's like, yeah, I would, oh, probably over 50. I have a lot. It's like I have a whole bag full of old costumes, like a suitcase, probably two of those. And I still have like 13 costumes just from this past year. So I have a lot of them. I couldn't even tell you them all. It's way too
Wow.
many.
And they get kind of pricey too. They get a little expensive.
They are. Some like most costumes are like 250 a piece,
Okay.
or depending on where you get them, like it could range from like 50 to 250 a costume for a competition, really, mostly. But that's how much they charge
Wow.
at my video.
So is it fun to see yourself like dressed up in different looks, or have you ever looked into with a compilation of your looks?
I feel like dressing up is the best part of it. It connects you to the piece a lot more because like you're actually in character and you can match the song and the movement a lot more instead of just being in like a shirt and some leggings. I feel like when you get dressed up, you fit the character a lot more, so it makes the dancing way more fun than it already is.
Nice.
It's my favorite part.
Good. That's a good thing. That's the fun part, being
It is.
something else and making it come to life. Yeah, and it accentuates your dance.
Yes.
Good. Um, so you talked a little bit about, you were sharing how people, if they put their mind to it, they can do whatever it is that they're wanting to do. Let's talk a little bit more about that. What is it that gets you ready for your dance when you're really focusing, and how do you prepare right before you go on stage?
Right before I go on stage, I always like rehearse. It's like nervous a little bit because you're like going in front of a lot of people. So I go over the dance a couple times, and then like 2 numbers before I don't do it because once you keep practicing, then it's like you forget the dance. So it's like you overthink it a little bit. So I take a break, stretch, get some water, just like talk amongst my friends because once you like relax, it makes it way more easier to go on stage and perfect the dance instead of overthinking the number before and going right on stage because then it's like, oh, I forgot the dance. So it's like when you relax, you chill out, it makes it a lot more easier to go on stage and get everything done great.
Nice.
So
So after the dance at that night when you worked hard and you practiced, so what is your routine for that? Are you putting on like rubs or ice packs, or are you just kind of unwinding?
like the night after a competition or like a night after practice competition.
Competition.
Okay. So the night after competition, it's usually late. So I like need to go like right to sleep because I still have to wake up the next morning and dance at like 8 a.m. So I usually like go take a shower, relax, maybe get on my phone for maybe 30 minutes and then go to sleep because I need to at least 4 hours of sleep because I have to wake up at like 6. And
Yeah.
usually I get home around 11, 12 right after competitions because they're usually all night long. So I have to,
So
go right.
competition, how many routines will you do during one particular competition? Or
Usually, what?
or even during the day?
Oh, I would say we usually compete all of them. So it's either all in one day or split in 2 days.
Mhm.
So I would compete all like 10 dances in a day. And then, yeah, in a day. And then there's still like over hundreds of other people competing their dances. So it's like a lot spread out. And it's really bad when you have quick changes. So it's like all your dances back to back, and you have like 2 to 4 dances in between a change, get ready, put everything on, and you have to go right back on stage. Those are the worst ones. But when it's separated and you get time to relax and change, it makes doing all those 10 dances a lot more smoother and easier to complete.
Now, are these 10 dances switching out costumes every time, or maybe? Oh wow!
Yeah, so it's like 10 different costumes in a day, and you have all these pieces, all this different makeup, all different types of shoes or no shoes, and you have to make sure you have everything because even one thing, it's like you can't go on stage. Or so bringing everything is
It's crucial.
like a main priority.
Mom.
Yeah.
That's mom. So during these routines and in between, I'm just blown away that you said 10 because I mean, that's phenomenal. How are you remembering these routines and how long do you guys practice a routine?
I honestly don't know how I remember all of them.
Mhm.
It's probably something I've just developed over years of doing it all the time. And for practicing wise, we practice them like from September to January. That's like the time slots. And we usually get like 30 minutes or an hour per dance that we practice all. And then we switch out the days we do them. And Wednesdays and Thursdays are usually the days we practice our dances. So one day would be split up for like four of my dances, and then the next day would be like the other six, or not even all of my dances in 1 week. It would be the next week. So we practice them maybe bi-weekly, I would say, each dance for the rest of the year. And then even after that, we still practice them from like January to March. It's just like a constant thing that we do to keep them.
Wow. But sometimes guys do you ever recycle dance routines or maybe a piece of it and add it to another?
It would be probably recycled like after a couple years. So it's like you don't see the same exact dance from a year before. So
Mhm.
they would take a dance from maybe like 5 years ago and recycle it, or maybe four. So it's like you can't say that there was a dance like you've seen it literally last year. So yeah.
Wow. Impressive. I'm blown away. I'm totally impressed. I just think that's phenomenal and amazing. Yes. My hero this week. So we talked about leadership. Let's talk a little bit about we touched on it just a little, but let's talk a little bit about your spiritual connection with dance. Like your spirituality, you know, what do you feel ultimately is the purpose of the dance?
That's wait, what do I feel is God's purpose? I feel like the ultimate purpose of like the dance is to mentally connect, and you have to make sure you feel everything, because you can tell when a dance is like faked emotion.
Okay.
So you have to try to, even it doesn't even have to be the exact meaning of the song. You take a
Mhm.
dance, or you can take something that happened into your life and you can connect it to the piece. So you feel that emotion in the song. So if it's like a lyrical dance, take something from your life and you make it something that hurts, and you have to find real emotion to persuade the story.
Wow. So your body is literally being used as a instrument to wow.
Yeah. Out of her.
That's so well, I am not gonna hold you, Maya. I just think this has been great and I so appreciate you taking your time. Anything else you want to share with young women, young girls, anything else?
If you want to dance, do it. Don't matter your gender, boy, girl, whatever. If you want to do it, do it. Just have fun with it. And because if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. So I feel like that's really important for you to do it. So yeah, that's all I
Thank
have to
you.
say.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time. We will do this again. Keep me posted on the competition this weekend. Let me know how that goes. And thank you.
You're welcome.
Do
Thank
this
you.
again soon, okay? Before you graduate high school, definitely.
Oh, for sure. Okay.
Okay? Well, you be blessed, Maya, and thank you. And thank your parents for allowing you to do this with me.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Have a good night.
You too.